There are moments in life when we feel stuck, longing for something new, for a breakthrough, a fresh chapter. It's in these very moments that God urges us to ask, to seek Him and to knock on His door. Ask and you shall receive. These words aren't just a promise. They're a powerful invitation from God to His children. When you ask in faith, you unlock blessings, grace, and doors that were once closed. Don't let doubt keep you from the incredible things God has prepared. Believe that He hears your prayers and is ready to move mountains for you. If you're feeling led, if your heart is heavy, or if you're seeking that change, it's time to pray like never before. God is opening new doors for you. So let's dive in and discover what it means to truly ask, believe, and receive. When you ask God for something, no prayer goes unheard. Sometimes we feel as if our voices drift into silence, but the truth is God cherishes every heartfelt word we speak. He is moved by your courage to ask, your humility to seek His guidance. When you ask with a heart full of faith, you're inviting the divine to act, to intervene, to make a way. Believe that God, who sees the end from the beginning, knows the perfect moment to answer. Trust in His timing and hold on to His promise that every faithful request will yield a blessing. Prayer is not just about a one-time request. It's about persistence, about knocking until the door opens. Every time you pray, you're building a connection with God. Each prayer you send out is a knock on heaven's door, reminding the Almighty of your faith in His promises. Don't let delays dishearten you. God's timing is precise, and every knock brings you one step closer to the breakthrough He has for you. Keep knocking, keep trusting, and the doors will open at exactly the right time. When God opens new doors, they don't just lead to blessings. They lead to growth, understanding, and purpose. These doors may take you into new realms of life you hadn't planned, but know this, God is intentional. He is guiding you through every threshold with purpose. His doors aren't just about giving you what you asked for. They're about transforming you, shaping you, and aligning you with His ultimate plan. Step through those doors with courage, knowing that each one is a step closer to His divine purpose for you. When you pray and ask, you're using the key of faith to unlock doors that were once closed. God rewards faith, the kind that persists, that holds on, that doesn't let go. Faith is what pushes you to ask without wavering, to trust without seeing. When you approach God with this kind of faith, you're demonstrating that you believe He is capable of all things, that no situation is beyond His reach. And in return, God moves mountains, aligns pathways, and opens doors you never imagined possible. God's doors don't just open into ordinary spaces. They open into spaces of wonder, blessing, and growth. When you ask, pray with expectation, for God delights in giving His children good things. His word promises that when you ask, you will receive. Expect His answer, even if it looks different from what you envisioned. Remember, His ways are higher than ours, and sometimes the unexpected doors lead to the greatest blessing. It's easy to feel burdened by worry when we don't see immediate results, but let today be the day you leave your worries at God's feet. Worry closes doors, but faith opens them wide. Trust that as you pray, God is working things out behind the scenes. Even when you can't see it, He's preparing something beautiful just for you. Lay every concern down, ask with a heart full of peace, and let God's strength carry you through. Approach God without reservations, with a heart open to His will. Sometimes we limit our prayers to what we think is possible, but God's vision for you is so much greater. When you come to Him with openness, ready to embrace His plan, you're giving God the freedom to work wonders. Ask boldly, but trust that God's answer will always align with what's best for you. There's a beauty in God's timing that we often can't see until later. While we may feel ready right now, God sees the bigger picture. Trust that His delays are not denials. They are setups for something far greater. Let go of the need for immediate answers and rest in His perfect timing. Every moment you wait is a step closer to what God has prepared. When you ask, you're planting a seed of faith that will eventually bear fruit. Every prayer, every whisper to heaven is a step in nurturing that seed. In time, you'll see it grow, unfold, and bloom into something beautiful. Don't lose heart in the waiting. Believe that God is nourishing every prayer with His love. Just because you can't see the way forward doesn't mean there isn't one. Often, God works behind the scenes, laying out each step, preparing each turn. Trust that, as you ask, God is orchestrating a way forward. Take comfort in knowing He's already at work, aligning opportunities and blessings for when the time is right. When you come before God, don't let fear hold you back. God's love casts out fear, making way for your boldest prayers. He welcomes your desires, your hopes, and even your doubts. Speak to Him with courage, knowing that you are His child and that no request is too big or too small for His ears. God is not a distant figure. He's a loving Father who delights in blessing His children. When you pray, remember that you are deeply loved and God is attentive to your every word. Trust that He hears you and He is eager to bless you in ways that bring joy to your heart. Even before you receive the answer, thank God for what's to come. Gratitude opens up space in our hearts to receive even more blessings. When you thank God in advance, you're showing Him that you trust His plan. Cultivate a heart of gratitude and watch how God responds in incredible ways. God often answers in ways we don't expect. Be open to doors that look different from what you imagined. They might be the ones leading to your greatest blessings. When you pray, ask God to prepare you for the unknown, to strengthen your faith, and to guide you through every door He opens. When God opens a door, it comes with a sense of peace. You won't need to force things or struggle to make sense of them. When He moves, it will feel right, even if it's beyond understanding. Trust that God's doors align with His peace and purpose for you. Believe that your life is in divine hands. Every detail of your life is known by God, who holds you securely in His hands. When you pray, know that your life is in the care of someone who loves you infinitely. There's nothing you face that He isn't aware of, nothing you need that He cannot provide. Look back on the times God has already answered your prayers and let that strengthen your faith. Every blessing He's given you is a reminder that He is faithful. Use these moments as building blocks for even greater faith, knowing that God's love for you is unchanging. Even when you can't see it, God is working tirelessly on your behalf. Behind closed doors, He's arranging things in ways you could never imagine. Trust that as you pray, His hands are at work, setting things in motion that will eventually come to light. Sometimes it feels as if God is silent, but silence is not absence. In quiet moments, God is preparing your heart, refining your faith and readying the path. Remember that faith grows in the waiting and hope is strengthened in the silence. Faith is the foundation of prayer. It's what connects you to God's promises. When you pray, let your faith be steadfast, unwavering. Your faith is a bridge to miracles, making way for God's blessings to reach you in ways beyond comprehension. As you pray, speak words of life and positivity. Your words have power, and when you align them with God's promises, you invite His presence into your situation. Speak life, declare blessings, and let your words reflect the hope you have in Him. Remember that no door is impossible for God to open. With God, nothing is impossible. Doors that seem permanently closed to you are no challenge to Him. Pray with confidence, knowing that God can make a way where there seems to be none. Sometimes the journey itself is a part of God's blessing. As you pray, embrace the process He's taking you through. Growth, understanding, and strength are often found along the way. Trust that each step is leading you to something greater. God sees beyond your immediate desires. He knows what will truly fulfill you. When you ask, know that His answer is crafted from a deep understanding of what will bring lasting joy and purpose. Learning patience through prayer can be challenging, but it's part of His design. Patience allows your faith to deepen, your spirit to grow, and your relationship with God to strengthen. Embrace it, for patience will lead you to something extraordinary. Often, God's blessings are beyond what we envision for ourselves. When you ask, allow your heart to stay open to all the ways He may respond. There is no limit to the ways God can bless you, so don't confine His answers to your own expectation. When God answers your prayers, He isn't just providing. He's guiding you towards a purpose. Trust that every door He opens aligns with a greater calling for your life, one that brings glory to Him and fulfillment to you. Prayer changes things, but more importantly, it changes us. When you ask, it's not just the outcome that shifts. It's your heart, your mind, and your spirit that grow closer to God's will. Through prayer, you're accessing God's limitless power. Remember, when you pray, you're not alone. You're standing hand in hand with the Creator of the universe who holds the power to change everything. In moments of prayer, seek not only God's blessings, but also His wisdom. The gift of understanding will help you navigate every door He opens, guiding you through each new opportunity with grace and confidence. When your heart is filled with faith, you're ready to receive miracles. Every prayer you offer is an expression of that faith, setting the stage for God to move mightily in your life. Sometimes God's answer is different from what we expect, but it's always perfect. Trust that He knows best, and even if His answer looks different, it is crafted with love and wisdom. When God opens doors, they will bring you joy and peace. Even if the journey through them has challenges, the destination is always worth it. Trust in the journey, for God is with you every step of the way. Let every prayer be filled with the expectation that God's goodness will prevail. He is a loving Father, ready to give you blessings beyond your understanding. Expect His goodness, for He delights in blessing His children. Every prayer you ask in faith is a door waiting to be opened. Trust in the power of faith, for it is the key to all that God has for you. With each request, believe that God is already at work, preparing something extraordinary. In your life, remember that God's heart is open to your prayers. He hears every request, knows every need, and sees every hope. Asking is not just about receiving things. It's about deepening your relationship with the one who loves you endlessly. When you reach out in faith, know that God is already working, setting the stage for blessings you haven't even imagined. Stay patient, stay hopeful, and let your faith be unwavering. Trust that God's answer will come, and it will be more than you could have hoped for. Keep knocking, keep seeking, and trust that God's doors are opening for you. Thank you for watching. If this message spoke to your heart, please like, share, and subscribe so that others can find encouragement in God's promises. Remember, keep praying, keep trusting, and never underestimate what God can do when you bring your heart before Him. Stay blessed, and we'll see you in the next video.